friends, Queen of Flannel here. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we are going to do another single-ish object condensed tutorial video. Apparently you guys really like that format. I got a lot of feedback on the video itself and on some follow-up posts over on the community tab. So originally my plan was to continue that for today's video and do the rock face guys. It was in Mythographic Magical Earth, and we colored some flowers. If you haven't watched it, I'll put the link up in the corner. But we're gonna shift focus for this video. So if you missed Tuesday's live stream, I was working on a long time whip from Kirby Rosanna's Color Morphia. I'll show you here in just a minute what we were working on. But apparently, I have become an aficionado of coloring paper lanterns. Two of my works that I've got going right now have lanterns, and so chat was curious of how I blend my lighting on my lanterns. So let me show you the couple of examples I've got, and then we will talk about the project that we're going to work on today, and then we'll get into it. So the first one that I have here, this is Mythographic Color and Discover Fairy Wonderland. And I have been working on this, the grasshopper image. I'm actually almost done with this. I just have some more work to do to the background, and then I've got to finish a couple of the violins and just some really small details. But yeah, as you can see, I've got this like glowy around my lantern, and then the lanterns themselves. So we have this one, and then the one that I was working on stream the other day. I have been working on this image for a long time. If I can find it. Where are you? Maybe. Was this beast of an image. So I was working on these lanterns on this image, and these were done a little bit different than the mythographic. The paper is a little different, and just the vibe of the image, and on top of the fact that I started this, like I said, like 3 years ago, so my technique with the polychromos was a little bit different, and there's not as much of like that that side lighting, the glow on the outside. But chat was curious the best way to go about, you know, getting that nice glow into their lantern images. And so we kind of talked about it, and I wasn't exactly sure how to put this tutorial together, because it's kind of back and forth. So let me find our image here that we're going to work on. It'll be easier for me to explain once I actually have. I should have bookmarked this. Okay, so we're going to work on this little square image up here. So it was a lot of back and forth and a lot of color blocking between the lighting and whatever color that you're using for your background. And I did the two larger images kind of in chunks. And so I was looking through my books and trying to find a good image that I thought we could use for a shorter tutorial and still give you the technique for being able to use it on a larger image like that. And so I thought this would be a good place for us to start. It is a small image, so we're gonna zoom us right in here. And I'm going to be working with the Faber-Castell Polychromos again. Now, I have a selection of colors here, and I didn't do like a traditional like three color blend of each of my colors that I picked, and I'm using these because this is, I mean, I'm using them for my other project, and you can change the color of your lanterns. I picked these colors based off some images from Pinterest. I highly encourage the use of reference photos. Uh, I use them quite a bit. So I'm going to try and walk you through my color changes as I do this because it's not in any kind of like particular order. So let me go ahead and sharpen this. So our first color that we're going to start with, this is 102, this is cream. And I'm going to go through, and I'm not sure how well this is going to translate on camera, and I am going to lightly block the cream in all around my lanterns and lightly just to the outside. There is cat hair all over my desk, so I sat down to film this, and Esther decided she needed all of my attention. So there was art supply throwing. She pulls pencils out of my desk, and then, of course, you know, she sat on my computer, and there's hair everywhere. So we want to do this with a light hand. That way, if we don't like where we've put it, we can erase it. That is one of the nice things about the polychromos is they're pretty easy to erase as long as you um, don't come in too heavy-handed. And so I am also going to lightly put this through the various like sections of the lantern, and I will more than likely add more of this glow to the inside of the lanterns kind of as we go along, but this is just a gentle, like a starting point. And so part of the reason why I didn't choose a larger image for this tutorial is, like I said, the kind of back and forth in the blending with your background is really going to depend on what you're like what colors you're using with your background, and I wanted to keep this really simple and just give you guys a starting point. And so I figured there had to be lanterns in this book, and we are working in, because I didn't say it, uh, this is My Walk Through Asia by Rita Berman. Whoop, because we're super zoomed in. And you can absolutely go with a darker, you know, a darker yellow for this glow, or however you want to do it. I just really like the soft look uh the cream pencil in the polychromos gives. So for this one, because of the shape of it, I'm going to bring some of the cream just down through the center here for right now. And then I'm going to move back up to this one. And then we're going to come over to this one. Okay. So now I'm gonna come in with this is 146 Sky Blue, and I'm going to lightly block in the base color for my sky, and I'm gonna come right up to where my my halo for my light is, but I'm not gonna go into it quite yet. And I'm not super worried about these little like doohickeys over here, the little garlands. And so I already know that I'm gonna want more of the cream on this one, but this is a big part of why I like to soft block my colors. It is much easier to add more than it is to take away. So I do want a little bit of the blue up here between these two. So it is like I said, a bit of a back and forth between your lanterns and your background, whatever you're doing with your background. So right now that looks a little blocky, but and I will make sure that I put my colors that I use in the description box for you. Okay, so I'm gonna come back in and add a little bit more of my yellow. And it is gonna kind of give it a little bit of a greenish tinge, but we can tone that down with a different color. I actually kind of like the way it looks. And so really at this point, you just want to just keep layering until you get to a point that you are satisfied. I'm trying to blend out this harsh line down here. Okay, let's actually color one of these lanterns on the inside. So I'm going to come in now with my 111 cadmium orange. I'm going to do this big guy in the center. And I am going to first, all right, let me just add a little more of the cream in here. I just want this just a little darker. And I am going to leave some white of the paper in the center on this one. But just bring up the light at the bottom here. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with my cadmium orange and just give it a little bit of a light touch here for right now. And I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. I do want to be able to blend some of the cream back out on the edges here. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap. And grab the cream. Just kind of blend some of that out. Got a little bit of a line there, but I'll have to fix that with my burnisher. And I'm going to come up to the top and do the same thing and just kind of pull it down onto the sides. And then I'm going to come back in with the cream. And I just want to like pull the edges. I don't want to like completely go into the orange. So we don't want to start way down here. We just kind of want to stick to the edge of that orange. And we're going to go back in and add more orange anyways. So we're going to add a little bit more of the cadmium orange. And the biggest thing with these pencils is just a light hand, light layers. It is a lot of back and forth, but you just have to be patient, trust the process. And I always recommend if you're unsure about your color combos to test them out and make sure that they don't alter each other to a point that you're going to be unsatisfied with. And this book actually has um, a tester page for your different mediums in the back, which is super nice. Okay, now I'm going to come in with this is dark cadmium orange 115. And I'm going to try and keep this like up here on the corners or on the edges. And then I'm going to come back in with just a little bit of the cream. Actually, no, I'm going to come back in with the regular cadmium orange. Okay, now I am going to come in with, this is 194 red violet, and I'm going to come down these seams. I think this just gives it a little bit of interest. And let's do, this is Matter 142, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this up here at the top. And just a little bit down here at the bottom. Come back in with the cadmium orange. Okay, and then I'm going to take, this is the red violet, and I'm going to use it to color the little piece at the bottom. And I'm going to bring a little bit of the cream down, or I'm going to try to. And then I've got, this is a Caput Mortem Violet 263. Okay, so satisfied with that. And now I'm going to come in with the sky blue. And let me sharpen this. So I'm just kind of darkening up um, outside of my light glow right now. And so I would probably, once this was all done, go through with a white gel pen or paint pen or whatever you have, and go over the stars and whatnot. Okay, so that is how I would color my paper lanterns. You can also I've grabbed a couple other colors out here. The pink and the purple look really nice with this combination, but for the sake of keeping this video condensed, I would pretty much do the exact same technique between like the yellows and the oranges, and then I would vary up my accent colors, based on the style of the lantern. So I will finish the rest of this little image off camera, and then it will go up on Instagram for you guys to take a look at. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, a like, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me to feed YouTube's algorithm. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much.